What's up, guys? SouthPaw Boxing Media back with another video. Today's video is going to be focusing on two main subjects. First is going to be yesterday's fight between Gennady Golovkin and SZEREMETA. First and foremost, I'm going to just get this out there because I know a lot of people are going to dismiss how good Triple G looked yesterday. I think a lot of people have already kind of downplayed it, not giving Triple G his due credit. I'm here, in my opinion, and to give my opinion and to dismiss those people's claims. Because here's the thing, guys, it's really easy for people to come on and either go on social media and leave comments or make videos about how SZEREMETA is garbage, how he was basically just a garbage fighter, tomato can, basically a fighter set up to make Triple G look good, to knock him out, so that Triple G would have more of a leg to stand on, getting his trilogy match with Canelo Alvarez. Some of those things may be true. I mean, of course, we all know that Triple G was chasing the trilogy match for a long time with Alvarez, maybe too long. But I will say this, guys, it's really easy for people who have never fought before, whether you're a casual boxing fan or not, to sit on your couch, eat your bag of Cheetos or whatever, and talk smack about these fighters. The fact of the matter is, guys, is that SZEREMETA may not have had a lot of knockouts on his record. Pretty low, I think in like the 5 or 6 range, if I'm not mistaken. He still was a mandatory challenger. He had to pay his dues to get there, guys. You don't get a fight someone like Triple G being a garbage fighter. I'm sorry. He had an undefeated record. I'm not saying that he was necessarily on Triple G's level, but there's not many people that are. Okay, and a lot of people will dispute that and say Triple G's he's a cherry picker, blah blah blah. Dude, way easy to do, guys. When you're sitting comfortably on your couch. Okay, I give much respect to every fighter that goes in there and puts their life on the line. And really, that's what they're doing, guys. People get seriously injured or worse all the time in this sport. So there's times where I've called fighters out for looking like a bomb or this or that or the other, but at the end of the day, I still give them their due respect. I just don't like it when boxers take the easy way out. We'll try to look for ways out of fights, but at the same point in time, guys, we're not in there. We don't know what they're feeling. We don't know, how these punches are affecting them. We don't know, and it really irritates me when I see people just totally dismiss a fighter. Just because they may not have heard of them or they're not a big, well-known commodity. The fact of the matter is that Triple G looked great. I'm not going to take anything away from Triple G. He looked amazing. I think he looked better in his fight yesterday than he did in his last couple fights before that. I honestly do. And, you can tell that he's been training really, really hard. His physique looks amazing. He looks really, really in shape. He displayed some new things that I hadn't seen very much before. His jab's always there. His jab, he's not lost a step with his jab. If anything, it looked even more active and more accurate than it has in the past. His head movement was something that I noticed that was an improvement. He had a lot more head movement. He was flexing his waist a lot, side-to-side movement. He's done some of that in the past, but not like this. Most of the time, he will use his gloves to block punches. Not as much using his head movement, utilizing head movement and side-to-side and lateral movement. And he was doing more of that. So that's a big improvement. His timing was spot on. His power, his combinations were all there. He wasn't looking for one punch. Now, he did knock SZEREMETA down, I believe, 4 to 5 times before the fight was stopped. you have to give ZEREMETA his due credit, guys. He stayed in there. He had heart, man. How many fighters have we seen Triple G dispose of after one knockdown? And you could tell that some of these guys, I mean, they weren't out. You know, they weren't out. But they didn't want to get back up and deal with that. There's my little boy in the back. They didn't want to deal with his power anymore. They didn't want to deal with the pressure that he brings. ZEREMETA did. He kept getting up. He'd never been beat. I mean, you know, that's one thing that you could tell about him, is that he wanted to keep fighting. He has a lot of heart. And you know, you have a guy like him that's coming in. He's a good fighter, guys. He's a lot better than I think a lot of people giving him credit for. It's just that Triple G is on another level, and his age has not slowed him down a bit. There's so many people that especially the casual fan, and honestly, really big. Some boxing pundits will do the same thing. They just start to dismiss these elite level fighters once they reach a certain age. Once they reach, you know, their mid-30s. They act like their career is over, and it doesn't have to be, guys. It depends on the fighter. Bernard Hopkins is a prime example of this. People who rely heavily on just their athletic ability and speed and things of that nature, yeah, as they get older, if they're relying solely on those things, yeah, there's a good chance that they're not going to stand the test of time as far as, you know, staying an elite level fighter. But if you have someone like Triple G and Bernard Hopkins, who they don't rely on those things. They rely on their timing. They rely on their experience. And with Triple G, as everybody knows, power is one of the last things to go. You carry your power typically until the day you end your career. But the thing about Triple G that was impressive is his speed was still there. His head movement. Old dog learning new tricks. People say that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, especially in the fight game. That's a bunch of bullcrap. That's a cop-out. Anybody and everybody can continue to improve. Now, obviously, we are sometimes limited by what our body allows us to do, but I do believe in a lot of situations it's mind over matter. If you don't mind taking the pain, then it doesn't matter as far as training is concerned. So, but on that same token, I think the layoff for Triple G did him good. He got, I believe, I don't know the exact amounts. I believe it was like 440 some days, something to that effect. Don't quote me, and I don't really care if I'm off by a little bit. We all know that it was over a year, and I think when you get to the age that Gennady Golovkin's at, he's 38. I'm 37. I know how it feels to get that rest that you really need now. And I think Rosado made that point. I think that's kind of, when he's commentating, that's kind of what he was getting at, was that some fighters, especially younger fighters, they don't really want those long layoffs. They don't really like the longer layoffs. They're moving towards their peak, and they want to get as many fights as they can and almost stay as active as they can during those time frames. But as you get older, your body needs rest, whether you're taking beatings in the ring or not. And obviously, Triple G has not taken beatings in the ring, but he's had some hard fights. But you know, it clearly did his body good to get the rest, and clearly he wasn't just sitting around. He looks like to me that even though he may have gotten some rest as far as not being in the ring and fighting an actual fight, he was clearly staying in shape. He's clearly been sparring. I mean, there was no ring rust there at all. So that tells me that even though he had over a year off, he wasn't really taking the time off as far as that was concerned. I'm sure he did get more rest. He looked great, guys. That's kind of where I'm going to end with that. People can have their opinions on whether, you know, he just looked good because of the opponent that he was facing. I think that's crap. I think it's easy to say something like that without putting a lot of thought behind it. Moving on, and that's kind of my segue into the fight tonight between Canelo Alvarez and Callum Smith. Now, there's some interesting things going on with that, guys. Some things that I didn't really point out too much in my last video. I spent a little bit more time talking about their attributes, and maybe some keys to victories for both, victory for both fighters, which I will talk a little bit more about today as well. But the one thing that is really the focus of what I'm going to talk about first is the belts that are on the line, and some kind of confusing nuances in this whole fight and the lead up. So obviously, coming into the fight, Callum Smith's WBA title is on the line. His middleweight title is on the line. But well, that's obviously what we knew. But the strange thing about all this is the vacant WBC belt that's on the line now as well. This is where it gets kind of confusing and kind of seems like the WBC is making up the rules as they go. Hang on, guys. Get a little bit of that up in me, a little bit of coffee up in me. So basically, WBC decided to skip over the mandatory challenger, Avni Yildirim, which I've seen him before, but I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It doesn't matter. Point being that they skipped over him so that Smith and Alvarez could fight for that. And then apparently the winner of this fight tonight between Alvarez and Smith will then fight Yildirim in their next fight, according to the WBC, which is really weird in and of itself. What is more weird, we all know that Alvarez is the WBA regular champion, which is a step below Smith's super champion status. But also, Alvarez is the WBC franchise champion. And to my knowledge, if you are the franchise champion, which for people who don't know what the franchise champion actually means, franchise champion, in essence, is someone who will hold that title of franchise champion no matter what division they're in. So if he goes up, he still goes up to, say, cruiserweight, whatever weight he decides to go to, super middleweight, whatever. He keeps the WBC franchise champion title. But in that, it was, to my knowledge, my understanding was that if you have that franchise champion title, you cannot compete for the regular title, the WBC title itself. So that, to me, is another contradiction here. Another situation where it sounds like the WBC is making up rules as they go, which is really annoying to me. It's bad enough that we have all these belts, all these diamond belts, silver belts, super champion. I mean, it's just another way for these sanctioning bodies to charge sanctioning fees. I mean, make more money. That's all there is to it. Yeah, it's nice for a lot of fighters because it gives them a chance to get a belt. But I don't know, man. Once upon a time, the WBC belt was the most sought after belt because of the people who held it. For one thing, once upon a time, the WBC I think set the standard for the way that these sanctioning bodies should act. And that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. The WBO, on the other hand, seems like they are sticking to their guns when it comes to things like mandatory challengers. And I hope that, not to get off track, but I hope that stays the case with the fight with Alexander Usyk, because there's a situation right now developing between him and Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. That's a whole other thing I'm not going to get into, but I at least give props to the WBC for things that they've done in the past, sticking to their guns. On with what I was talking about as far as the fight between Smith and Alvarez. Besides all this nonsense, with the belts, a lot of people are going one of two ways. They're either giving Alvarez all the credit in the world, totally dismissing Smith, or they are not giving Alvarez any credit, saying that he's going to get destroyed by Smith. So I will say, and I've said this in my previous video, yes, I do think Canelo Alvarez is going to win the fight. I do think that Callum Smith is a good fighter. I think he's a good champion, and I think he does have some really good tools in his arsenal. I think he can be a dangerous fighter, but I think a lot of people are overlooking just exactly what Canelo Alvarez is bringing to the fight. Obviously, we know that Smith is 6'3". He's got almost an 80-inch reach, somewhere in the range of 78 to 80, versus about 70 and a half for Alvarez. He's also, I think, 7 inches taller than Alvarez at 6'3". Alvarez is around 5'8", 5'9". But the thing that we can kind of look at as kind of a blueprint and to see the way that this fight could go and the things that Alvarez can do to win the fight, we just look at the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Rocky Fielding. And just like in my last video, guys, I know obviously Rocky Fielding and Callum Smith are not on the same level, clearly. I mean, just look at their fight. You know, Smith disposed of Fielding in a round. It didn't even go a full round. And I mean, and that's all kudos to Smith. I mean, if you look at the fight, he went to the body. He was throwing punches up and down a lot. He does actually, for a bigger fight, like to get in close and throw the hooks to the body. He has a really, really deadly left hook, counter left hook upstairs. And I think those are some things that Canelo Alvarez is going to have to look out for. But I will say this, Canelo Alvarez has really good head movement. Some of the best out there. A lot of people forget that. Just ask Danny Jacobs. He said that he was one of the hardest people to hit he's ever fought. Alvarez is a veteran, man. He's got really good head movement. Yeah, he doesn't have the fastest feet in the world, but he actually does know how to use the ring when he needs to. So I don't think we're going to see him trapped in the corner very much. I don't think we're going to see him being stuck on the outside a lot. I think he's going to be able to, if Smith's smart, he's going to be trying to utilize his jab and keep Alvarez, at the end of it. But that's going to be a hard thing to do. What my prediction is that Alvarez will get on the inside. He will go to the body early. He will break Smith down. He will go up and down. I think what he's going to do is similar to what he did to Rocky Fielding. He's going to go to the body a lot. Smith's got a long torso. That's a big target for Alvarez to go to the body, break him down, and then I think in the later round, maybe the 9th round, he's going to if he doesn't end it with body shots, which he very well could, like he basically did with Fielding. He is basically, I think Smith's going to get so distracted by the body work that he's going to drop his hands and he's going to get taken out a la James Kirkland. I think Alvarez is going to feint to the body and then go to the head and take him out, or just basically I think the body shots will wear him down enough to where he won't want to continue. That's my prediction. Obviously, anything can happen. That's the great thing about boxing. But we'll just have to wait and see. I think no matter what, it's going to be a great fight, guys. I think it's going to be entertaining while it lasts, and I don't think that Smith's going to get run over. I don't think it's going to be one of those situations where it's not going to be a Rocky Fielding fight, obviously. Smith has a lot of tools in his arsenal. He's going to make it competitive, but in the end, I think that Alvarez, I think his power, I think his timing, I think his head movement, his body work, his up and down, how he throws his punches up and down a lot, I think those are going to overwhelm Smith, and I think Smith is going to get stopped. That segue that I was talking about with Triple G, how great he looked, I think everybody wants to see that fight again. A lot of people believed that, including myself, that he won the first fight, that Triple G won the first fight. The second fight, I thought Alvarez He sat down on his punches a little bit more. He boxed in the first fight a lot. I think the second fight, he struggled with Triple G a little bit more, and I think that honestly, I think it was really close, but I think that he came out on top. I think Alvarez came out on top on the second fight. So in my opinion, I have it 1-1. I don't think I'm the only person by a long shot that wants to see the third fight. And I hope that happens. I think that, like I said, I think Triple G's shown enough, more than enough at his age, that he still got it. And I think it would make an amazing fight. So hopefully that happens in the future. But obviously, Alvarez is not. He's been disinterested. So hopefully that'll change. He's got a big guy in front of him to face right now. We'll see what happens, guys. I'm going to be watching that fight tonight. That's how I'm sweating. That fight tonight between Smith and Alvarez. I may do a live stream. I'm gonna talk to my wife and see if she'll watch it with me. Like I said before, she's into boxing. She supports the fact that I'm into boxing. Sometimes she watches fights with me. I'm gonna try to get her to watch it because I like involving my family. I have a little 6-year-old son that I'm actually training right now. We got him his first real set of boxing gloves, and he's got some stuff coming, some more stuff. We've got some stuff, but I think Santa's gonna bring him some more stuff. So I'm excited for that, and I will be doing some videos on training him as well. But wish me luck, guys, on getting my wife to watch the video with me, the fight with me tonight. She's pretty cool. I have to give her a lot of props. She you know, it takes some time to do these videos and to watch these fights and commentate these fights, and you know, so I do have to give her a lot of respect. She's an awesome person, and she has given me a lot of support with doing my boxing channel. So just want to give a shout out to her. Love you, babe. And you know, I think I'm going to end it there, guys. I've got some stuff I've got to do today, and I am going to be obviously watching the fight. Like I said, I may do a live stream on it. I don't know yet. But no matter what, I will obviously be doing a post-fight video to give my thoughts. But you guys are more than welcome to give me your thoughts on the video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. You can give it a thumbs down. If you didn't, any feedback is great at this point, guys. It'd be awesome if you guys would subscribe to the channel, dude. I need to get a big following, guys. I'm trying to really run with this thing. I'm trying a lot of new things, incorporating a lot of things into the channel. I want to eventually get some merchandise going on with it. It's going to take time. I'm not getting ahead of myself, but share the video, guys, if you can. Like I said, subscribe to my channel. Give me some feedback. Hit the bell icon. Turn on notifications, because I'm going to be doing more and more videos. I'm going to get better at this. It's a process, guys, but I'm loving it. You know, I'm loving everything I'm doing with it, and I want to keep it going. So for now, I'll say peace. Appreciate everybody. SouthPaw Boxing out for now.